Okay, we should be live. Okay.
All right.
It's now streaming live. Okay, so let me go back to Facebook real quick because we're live on Facebook right now.
Okay. I'll get a notification.
Wait a minute. I gotta get you in here. Let me delete this one. Okay. Back off. I don't know what was going on.
Hmm.
I don't know what was going on with that. That was freaky. That was real freaky. Um, why isn't? Are we live on Facebook?
Haven't gotten a notification yet.
Yeah, it's not showing me either. What is going on? This can't be. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
I found it. I found.
Let's try this again.
Let's try this again. Yeah, let me edit the.
Let's do this again. This is gonna be the second. I'm gonna do Facebook Live twice today. Once here, and then I'm also doing it on later today with someone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But not. I'm on their show.
Oh, y'all hear
Hmm.
that?
I'm on a show later at 4 o'clock today. I think no, 5 o'clock Eastern. 5 o'clock. I need to look up.
Aren't you Eastern?
I am Eastern, but I always say it because I have a lot of family and friends that are Central and uh, West Coast.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Well, I still have not gotten a notification. Have you
Well, you
tagged
will.
me yet?
You
Okay.
will. Yeah, I'm tagging you now. Facebook,
Keep
if y'all wonder what we're doing, we're trying to get stuff together. So, just give us 2 seconds. Can y'all do that?
So, if you're on here, tell us how was your Thanksgiving? I know it was a different kind of Thanksgiving. So, what did you do that was different? Or did you do anything different? Did you still go hang out with a bunch of people? What did you do? And how was it? Tell us how your Thanksgiving was.
I can start with mine.
And tell us.
Mm,
Tell us about it.
she cooked. Mm,
Your wife cooked.
yeah,
So it's just the two of you?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so you followed the suggestions of the CDC.
Well, I was doing that beforehand.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, yeah. I was doing.
Well, so what did she cook?
Um, what normal stuff? Ham, turkey. She did turkey wings. She didn't do the whole turkey. She just did a little ham, little turkey, and you know, uh,
Hmm.
that kind of stuff. So
So ham is not typical for everybody, I
no,
guess.
no, it's not typical for everybody, but um, like I said, it's just the two of us. She did the macaroni and cheese, and she didn't do stuffing because I'm not a stuffing person. It was just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my stepdaughter came over.
Oh,
Uh,
that's somebody else. Okay.
yeah, she
So it's a little different. All right.
came over with her friend, but that's normal because we see her all the time. So, in other words, no outside people. No, we wasn't doing that. Mm-mm,
Okay.
that didn't happen. I'm redoing your thing right now, your thingy, so that you can um, tag people, so you can share this wonderful
Mm-hmm.
show that we're about to have.
Yeah. I am excited about Thanksgiving for one reason. I mean, it was a lovely day. Uh, we had my partner's daughter, which we haven't had. I don't think we've ever, since I've been with him, had his daughter. Got it. Her name is Grace, and this was our first thing. This was my first Thanksgiving with her. I for since I moved back to the Midwest,
Mhm.
I have been with my family every year. This year was the first year that I did not have my dad. So that was bittersweet, especially considering the fact that he it was his favorite holiday. So that was hard for all of us because this was the holiday that he always wanted us to come together. And this and Labor Day, he would do Labor Day, and so it'd always be at Daddy's house, Daddy and Susan's house, and we were supposed to do it anyway, but then with the COVID and everything, and we have some medical people in our family, and they were very adamant about, don't do it this year, don't do it this year. So everybody, Susan left the invitation open, but everybody was like, nah, we're not going to do it this year. And it was hard. It was really hard on
That's right.
Susan, especially because she's surrounded with my dad. You know, she got daddy stuff everywhere,
Mm,
and it was just really hard. But we so I stayed in Indiana. First time in Indiana for Thanksgiving. Well, that's not true. We did 1 year with my mom a couple of years ago. My dad couldn't come, so I
mm,
didn't have it with him that year because we went to the nursing home. My whole family went to the nursing home and had Thanksgiving with my mom
wow.
in one of the community spaces, and that was beautiful. But it was but we stayed here, we had grace, and we have a circle, a tight circle of people that we see here. Uh, William Lee's immediate nucleus family, you know, his brothers and sisters. He's got two brothers and a sister here. He's got more siblings in Michigan, but and his mom, and it was just us. You know, his wife, one of the wives, and their two little kids, and his sister's sons. We
Bottom
were together. We
bar.
always together, you know, and we all made a pact to be extremely safe about our exterior connections. We're over the top safe. Um, so we were together, but his family, much of them don't eat meat.
Ooh.
Yeah, and none of them eat pork.
Oh,
None of them eat pork.
so wait a minute. What did y'all?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you're like, "Ew, what you
Yeah,
eat?"
ooh. Like, how did y'all do that?
So what I did was we always parcel out what who's gonna cook what for what. Um, his mom usually makes something vegetarian, and but she's also known for her chicken. So that's strange. She's known for her chicken, but she doesn't eat it. So she made fried chicken, which was delicious. Um, I made a turkey
Oh, so
because
there was some meat involved. I thought you
there
were.
no, there was meat involved. It's just a very few of us eat it. So I have a lot of leftover turkey. So that my turkey was slamming. It was really like melt in your mouth, fall off the bone. So good. But it wasn't so fall off the bone that you couldn't tell it was a turkey. Like when William Lee makes the turkey, it's like that. It's so moist, it completely falls off the bone. You can't even see the shape of the turkey, but it's just melt in your mouth. Mine is melt in your mouth, but it's not that melt in your mouth. But it tastes really good. But this year I made my famous greens. I actually a friend of mine, her name is Robin LeBeau out of Los Angeles. She taught me this way of making greens that has been phenomenal over the years, and everybody loves them so much. So now my sisters all make this and all of this kind of stuff. Well, this year I knew that William Lee is a vegetarian now, and his mom's a vegetarian, and everybody's eating so little meat. I was like, I gotta try to make my greens with no smoked turkey. And I was not looking forward to it because I'm like,
No
it's
turkey.
just no way it's gonna taste good. No pork, no turkey, nothing. Baby, I'm telling you, my greens was slamming, okay? They were so good without the meat. I figured it out. I figured out the way to make them without meat, and they still be just as um what's it called, seasoned
Season.
and delicious as, and they still have fat in it because I put butter in them. I put
Butter.
butter. I put butter in my greens. So you
Facebook, are
get
y'all hearing this?
mhm. So you get the good fat. You don't get the high in cholesterol fat. You get the good fat, but you also get the flavoring from the seasonings. Oh, honey, it was delicious. And I was like, I don't never have to. I like the turkey in my greens, and I'd eat the turkey itself also. But most people don't. They just like it for the flavoring. I don't need the flavoring. I didn't need it anymore. So I'll make my greens this way from now on.
I'm not a
So
big turkey person, but Carmen did great. She made turkey wings. She made the ham that was going in 2 days.
mhm.
If she's listening, I'm great. Put you on the spot, babe. She messed up the greens.
Uh,
She didn't mess them up. She
greens are hard. You know what I
no,
mean?
no, no, no. She cooked the greens right, but she messed up because she thought she was adding greens that were in the freezer with the new greens, and they weren't. They were string beans, and I hate string beans.
Oh, oh. You
Yeah,
hate. Now, does that mean you hate all green beans or just string beans?
all green beans. I hate beans.
Really?
Yeah, lima beans. Ugh.
Oh.
Green beans. Ugh. She made a pot of pinto beans
Mhm.
Sunday, and it actually had the house smelling good. But I knew what it was. So I'm like, ain't no point in me even going upstairs.
That's too bad for you. I mean, I understand not liking stuff. But that's too bad for you because green beans or any kind of beans, legumes are so good for you. Really, 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 really good for you. But I understand you don't like certain things.
My mama used to
I
make white lima beans like every other Sunday with
To
potatoes.
me, those are the least good of all of them. You just got messed up with some. You should have had some black eyed peas. That
Oh, she used to make those. They stink.
No, they don't. Not
Yes,
if you
they
cook them
do.
right.
They
I'm
smell
you,
like ass.
you talking about your mama like that? That's wrong. Cause
I talk about my mama, but her
yes, you
peas
are.
stink.
You are. They do not stink. They
Yes,
don't.
they
They
do.
only stink if you cook them wrong. So
They stink. Grits stink to me. Ugh.
grits. How do grits? Grits don't smell like nothing.
I don't like
Ain't
grits.
no smell to grits.
I don't like grits. I
You
really.
done giving up your black card. You have given up your black card.
How about
You
this?
don't like beans. You don't like grits. I
And
bet you don't like chitlins either.
I love chitlins, but I hate watermelon.
You like chitlins, but you don't like beans. You are some strange black man.
And I don't like watermelon.
You don't like watermelon.
I hate watermelon. My wife loves it. She eats it all summer long. She
I
buys.
love watermelon. It's mainly water, but if you get the right kind, if it's sweet enough, it's so good. Especially if it's cold, or put a little bit of salt on it, tasty. But
I hate
I don't.
melon.
You
Honey.
hate what?
I hate melons. Honeydew, cantaloupe.
You hate a lot of stuff.
No.
A lot of healthy stuff.
No.
What do you eat?
Uh, growing up, we were forced to eat all that stuff: carrots and string beans, and I love spinach.
Spinach is good.
I
Spinach
love.
is one of the best.
I love.
Spinach, although romaine lately, dang gone. I love me some romaine, but they're like, if you got any romaine, throw it away.
I'm scared to eat it. They've
You
been
can't eat it anymore. It's something always wrong with it. I wonder what's causing that.
shifting.
DJ Joe Storm, what'd you eat? Tell us on Facebook. How you doing, man? He's
Is Joe
joining us.
cool?
Joe's on, and what's he called again? What's his moniker?
Grown and sexy. Wait, Baltimore's
Grown
favorite
and sex
grown and
favorite.
sexy DJ. Favorite grown and sexy DJ. Yeah. Bal-
Yeah. So what'd you eat for Thanksgiving? What'd you do? I know you've been very safe because you're outspoken about being safe from COVID.
Who Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. You know Joe don't play that. Joe.
No, he don't play. So what'd you do? Were you with your woman? Are you even married? I don't even know. That's crazy. Is he married?
No, But he does have a special lady friend.
His lady friend. Did y'all have dinner? What'd you eat? Anybody listening, send in some messages and anything special
Yeah,
that you
I
do
don't
this year, this
know
Thanksgiving.
out there, but yeah.
So, speaking of COVID,
Yeah, boy.
um, did you hear the new? Oh, he did comment. Oh, he said Baltimore's #1 grown and sexy DJ. See, he had to get that. That was more important than telling us about his food. I tell you, DJ Joe Storm, you are good at what's it called? Putting yourself out there. You are
Promotion.
promoting yourself. You are constantly promoting yourself. I need to be better at that. Sea Breeze, I'm Sea Breeze. I got to get better.
Forget what the other shit you asked him that was
I
important.
don't want to hear about no food. I'm gonna tell you my moniker. Hey, I'm gonna put it on my. I got one of them boards in front of me where I could put my information, need to know information. I'm gonna put that up there so I don't ever forget again, man.
Well, you see my little joint that go across the bottom of the screen.
I don't see anything today. Usually I do. It's not
No, you
there.
see that?
Oh, it's on your side. Okay, yeah,
You see
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. Yes, I see it now. I didn't see it though.
Got your name.
Yay! Free promotions. Did y'all see how my arms shook? That
You
that is not interesting. That is
were
that
really
is
stupid this morning. Really really low this morning.
DJ
Yes.
Joe Storm. Tell us what you ate for Thanksgiving.
What you eat, Joe?
Anyway, so this morning, right before I came up to talk with you, oh, he's telling us we ate turkey, duck, candy yams, baked mac and cheese, collards with cabbage, stuffing, string beans, and
Damn.
cranberry sauce. He ate with his brother and the usual. He said it was awesome. You were so cool. Thank you for answering our question. And I'm glad you had a delicious Thanksgiving meal. What I heard the UK is putting out the first vaccines. They
Yeah.
are they that came out today. They are starting their rollout, and they are going to start there, and then America will follow. And what they've decided as of yesterday, the CDC decided that nursing homes, long-term places for the elderly, they're going to get it first, and healthcare workers are going to get it first. Now, okay. So on that note, I want to bring this up. So there's a lot of conspiracies about the vaccine, and is it safe, and are they trying to make us sterile, or are they trying to put 666 in us, and are they trying to let people know that we got these little things in us, to or these little nanobots that are going to let Big Brother know where we are, what we do, blah 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 blah. That's the things I've heard. Those are conspiracies I've heard.
Really?
You haven't heard all that crap? I don't know how you've managed, but I'm constantly being sent these
No, the
messages.
nanobot ones.
I mean,
That's
it may. Hey, I ain't questioning nothing. I don't know nothing. But my question is, since do you think that they would want to sterilize all our doctors and medical workers and stuff? Do you think that I mean, it just makes me wonder, cuz if they were first giving it to poor and brown and black folks first, then maybe, then I'll be like, But they're talking about the elderly would not be affected by the sterilization. Why? Because they're elderly, right? But the all the medical workers and all of that, they got to get it. So I don't know. It's like I watched a movie last night, Greenland. Did you see that?
No,
Greenland.
no.
Greenland is it was not what I expected. My favorite type of movie is natural disaster movies. My favorite, hands down. I don't know why, but I love those movies. Um, but in it, they got chosen based on their jobs, what jobs they do, right? That's why. So of course there were doctors and all this kind of stuff in there. So my question is, would we give a vaccine to all our doctors to hurt them? I mean, I guess if it's sterilization, it just means they ain't have no kids,
But
right?
that's a good point that you're making. Why would they do that to your to
People that care for us. It's like I said, it's not like they decided to first give it to black and brown folks and the poor folks so they could get rid of us or whatever, or
mm.
stop us from having babies. First, they're giving it to the elderly and they're giving it to our medical workers. So, but I agree. DJ Joe Storm said, I want to hear some evidence about this vaccine that it works.
See, and that's where I'm at. First of all, okay, I'm guilty of. I don't do flu shots. You're not sticking no shit in me. You're not injecting me with nothing. Like
Mhm. I used to do. I've done them twice in my life, but I stopped doing them when everybody I knew that got a
that's
flu
it.
shot got sick.
Yeah.
Everybody got sick, you know. And I think some people have to get it. Like I have, like my nephew. He's a med student, and he works. He works emergency EMT, in his between stuff. He has to get everything.
Mm.
My sister-in-law, she's a nurse. She has to get those shots. She can't work unless she does. I have
My
a
wife does because she works in a health.
right, right. So
Yeah.
they don't have a choice. But what I've heard some people say, and I don't know if it's true or not because I don't know nothing, but I've heard that um people that have gotten them consistently have built up a stronger immunity. But if you don't get them consistently, it can make you sick. So, all I know is I've had the flu one time in my life, and that was, I mean, a really bad flu one time in my life, and that was like 25 years ago. I mean, I'm not trying
I'm with Joe. I don't trust me personally.
yeah. My only thing is, I have a personal example. My mother just missed the polio vaccine
Mm,
and got it.
mm.
You see what I'm saying? She got it, and it has. I mean, I believe that if you get something or you get sick or whatever, that is your walk in life that you're supposed to have for whatever reason, and it affects other people. It's a domino effect. But if she had gotten that vaccine, I mean, she literally got the polio. She got polio the year before the vaccine,
Damn.
and it has affected her life. She has had lifelong physical issues her entire life. And it's coming out that COVID is affecting people like this. It's not like you get sick and then you're done. You're not sick anymore. It stays with you forever. You
Like
know what I mean? Especially those that actually get it. Those that are asymptomatic, for some reason their bodies aren't affected that we know of. This is only the first year. This is the first year. We don't know the long-term effects of it.
mm,
Other people, they get over it, but then they still can't breathe for the rest of it. They're still not able to breathe, or they're it's affecting different people different ways. That's my only thing about considering the vaccine. I mean, I'm not running out to get it tomorrow, but maybe in about, my brother works for a pharmaceutical company, and he said, and they're working on their vaccine. He works for Abbott, and he said that he ain't taking nothing until next, maybe the third quarter next year.
I'm not sure. I'm just, and that's just me. I don't trust no damn body. So, I
Neither do I, but I know from firsthand experience that if you don't, for certain things, it can affect you for the rest of your life and make your quality of life so difficult. And so I'm not one to say no vaccines. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but at the same time, I do want to see the results of some, you know, and everybody, they kept saying, it takes a year and a half to come up with a vaccine, and now here we are. 7, 8 months down the road and we got vaccines already. And so my question, how'd you do it that fast? And
That's
if you did it
right.
that fast, how come you didn't do it that fast for other things? And how come AIDS don't
Because,
have a vaccine? And you know what I'm saying? I know it's a different thing, but
but here's where I'm at. Before the election, it was like, oh, there's no way that it can be done that fast. Don't believe him. But then you turn around and do exactly what you said that it couldn't be done. I'm
yeah,
confused with
I
that.
don't know. Joe said something else. He said the body can produce antibodies that can heal itself. Dr. Sebi taught us that herbs can heal you, eating well can strengthen your immune system. And normally it takes years for vaccines and medicines to hit the market. I don't trust it. They're rushing it to people.
Mm.
Yeah, I understand that. I feel the same
No.
way. And I've heard that. There's this another thing somebody sent me on Facebook where this guy, a doctor, was talking about how viruses work. And basically, he was saying viruses cannot do anything unless you have a weakened system, unless you're unhealthy. Viruses can't, they're protected. Your cells are protected. So, but the problem is, so many of us, our main diet is McDonald's and Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You're not taking in healthy greens. You're not eating your beans. Uh, you're not eating foods that keep you healthy. You're not eating whole foods, fresh foods. You might even be eating apples right out the bag instead of washing them. There's just ways that we have not been educated, or we haven't come to the point where we care about ourselves enough to eat well. And plus, they don't make it easy because food is so dang on expensive, especially good food.
Well, I was, speaking of that, I was reading, and my wife and I are guilty of this shopping at stores like Save a Lot and Aldi's, and they're not good. And I should have known by the cheap prices, but the meat, that stuff is damn near bad. It's getting ready to, it's the like the
It's
seed.
old.
Yeah,
It's
it's old,
old. Mhm.
and they sell it to these stores, and they sell it to us.
Mhm.
And these type of stores are usually in the poorer communities because of the cheap prices. They
And
make a
and
killing.
and the honest thing is it's not cheap. Even Aldi's is not cheap compared to what it should be. Food is overpriced. I mean, literally, I will go to the grocery store and I will buy $50 worth of food
They have
and it
three
be in
items.
one bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember when I did that 40-day juice, I just did juice for 40 days. That cost a lot of money for just vegetables and some green apples. That costs a lot of money. I could spend less and eat garbage and processed food. It's just so overpriced. Food is ridiculously expensive now.
And
But
nowadays, that's all you get is processed food.
that's all you're getting. Well, it's not all you're getting if you choose not to. I mean, I don't buy processed stuff. I,
Mm.
I, I buy fresh stuff. I buy, all my, fruits and vegetables, which I clean. You've got to clean them unless you're getting organic. You got to clean them. And all I do is just stick all my vegetables in a bit in my sinks and soak them and clean them, with the wash for at least 30 minutes. And so getting all those pesticides off of there, um, and the freshest meat I can, and don't eat that much meat. I don't. I say meat, but not. I don't eat red meat really. I eat fowl and fish. I know you eat red meat, but it could be okay if it's organic.
I was going to have a cheesesteak for lunch
Oh, now that is some crap.
with extra cheese. I'm from Philadelphia. What the hell else are we supposed to do?
Eat some fresh food. That
It's
is
fresh from the cheesesteak place.
okay. It's fresh from all that stuff that's in there is all processed cheese. It ain't even real. It's not dairy. It's processed. It's fake.
Well,
About it, you 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 could get COVID basically because you're putting all that processed crap in your body. Um,
Yeah, but that's a hell of a good taste to process.
you know what, Donnell? Donnell, I hope that's how you say your name. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Donnell asks, why is it that fruits don't have seeds anymore? It's because it's a lot of them are genetically made. They're not real. They're not real. If you get seedless stuff for what's the word? Because it's convenient, because you don't like seeds, you getting man-made, genetically altered food. That's why.
So, I want to make an announcement real quick. Due to
Mhm.
circumstances beyond our control, we're going to do the commercial break a little bit different this morning.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, let's just. I'm going to do it for you, Seabreeze, because
Okay, you could have sent it to me. I'm good
I
at.
know, but I screwed that all up.
That's okay. That's okay.
You know, my
So
mind.
we're gonna take our commercial break without taking a real break. Go.
Amazon is hiring. Go to Amazon.com if you want a job, and they're hiring because they need people, and it's Christmas time. And yeah, go to Amazon.com and you can fill out the application. I heard they're paying good. Target is hiring. I'm sorry, Target, depending on where you live at. If you live in the hood, Target, they're hiring. The same thing for Christmas, the holiday. Um, what else? Dunkin' Donuts. They got the fruit thingies, the fruit berry. Uh, Go to
You're
Dunkin' Donuts.
really bad at this. You should have sent me the text.
Really, I'm horrible. I'm so
So
horrible. This.
Dunkin' Donuts has some special items. You got to check it out.
Here you go.
Okay.
Shelly Shell, if you want to do some, if you want to learn how to do social media branding, how to engage, how to get them to buy, go to Shelly Show to find out more. I remember that one. I remember that one. I remember that one emphatically. Um, I think that's it. Oh, this is the part where you come in and say, "Hey, this is Cindy Williams, the host."
And you are listening to the host of, one of the hosts of, the co host of the Melanated Morning Show, and soon to be PPC podcast radio, or not podcast, I keep messing up. PPC radio show, which is coming out January 6th.
And you listen
Yay!
to.
With Shelly Shell, my co host, and DJ Joe Storm is doing the music. Hey, hey. We're still working on our therapist, but we're going to get that too.
So, speaking of people that need a therapist, um, he's not leaving the White House until he has proof that Joe Biden won 80 million votes.
Whatever.
No, you'll get out now and like it. That's what's going to happen to you. I
He,
really,
he, he pretends like he has power he don't have.
you really don't. He's going to have an event um, the same day as the inauguration. It's going to be a wonderful, magnificent event.
Again, nobody cares because the people that are going to tune in to his new campaign if stuff are not going to support our current our soon to be administration anyway. So if it helps his ego to have an event and send his tail out, go for it. Do your thing. Just
Now,
do you.
I
Whatever.
was watching CNN, and I need everybody to really listen to this carefully because this is some deep shit. Another one of his scams. So he's got this fund where
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
he's asking, and these idiots are doing, donate.
They're giving him all this money that in small print it says if you give over $15,000 that goes to his defense for the vote thing, to prove that Biden lost, he won. But what you're really giving to is his defense
You're
his
giving.
defense possibility because of all the corruption that he has perpetrated and all the ways that he has broken the law, and they plan on, as soon as he's not president anymore, getting him. You are paying for that defense, and he is so out of his mind.
He has actually amassed 175 million so far from this so-called defense fund. The only problem with it is a total sham because every court in America has thrown his case out. So he can spend his money at his discretion. It's not going to no defense fund. That shit's going to his bank account, his Swiss bank account. Listen, if y'all listening, I know no Trump supporters ain't gonna listen because they can't stand me, and I don't care too much for y'all. But you're being hoodwinked, bamboozled. He taking your dough. He really is. He taking your dough and just giving y'all the.
You know
It's you
what?
know it's funny to
He
me.
came in corrupted, he's going out corrupted. It doesn't matter. I mean, the folks that support him and love him and know that he's corrupt, and they don't care. They like him anyway. And so if they want to give their money to him, so it's taken out of their refrigerator and put it into his coffers, God bless them. That's what they do, and that's okay.
Yeah, be my guest, but uh, hey, he's showing you who he is. He has not talked about COVID yet. He did
Oh,
talk
he's
about
not
it on
going to
TV.
because he's mad at COVID. He takes COVID personally. COVID is, and he's probably right. If not
No,
for
no,
COVID, he may
no.
very well have been the president
He's right.
again.
He's.
Um,
I believe
so
that.
he's mad at COVID because COVID took the presidency away. Nah, you took COVID. Everybody got COVID. It wasn't COVID, dear. It was how you handled it.
Mm.
It had nothing to do with. Nobody would have blamed you if you'd have been honest with people and tried to do things so many people wouldn't have gotten sick. You couldn't help
And
COVID.
died.
You didn't create COVID, but you sure didn't do nothing to protect us from it. So that's you are the one that lost the presidency because of your response, not the virus. The
Had
virus
to act like you
don't give a
gave a
crap.
damn. Had to act like they gave a damn.
Mm-hmm.
And what's this I hear about them selling pardons?
Yeah, I heard that too. Mm-hmm.
It's all gonna come out. I'm telling you, once he's not in office no more, it's gonna be indictments being thrown like frisbees. I'm telling
It's
you.
it's so much corruption, it's so much criminal behavior. But it was all like I said, this ain't new. It was always criminal behavior. He
It's,
been making money on the presidency for the last 4 years. He been making money. Something that is illegal. He has been making money on the presidency. And they just been closing their eyes, saying, well, as long as we get our judges in the Supreme Court, we're going to deal with that. As long as he does some of the things, as long as he gives us a tax break, who cares? We're okay
well,
with that.
it finally came to the point where his buddy, his butt buddy, Barr had to finally say, "Come on, wait a minute, enough is enough. Come on, dude. Like I can't back this shit. Like I backed all the other crazy conspiracy theory. I can't back this. There's no sign of voter fraud anywhere whatsoever.
And of course, Trump went crazy, and all his supporters went crazy, and Fox News went crazy and say, "How dare he?" All of a sudden, Barr is the enemy,
Oh,
and you
Fox
know,
News. I was watching Fox. Yes, for those that are wondering, yeah, I watch Fox News. You know why? I want to know what both sides are saying.
hmm of course, that's what people don't do, and that's why we're so jacked up because we don't understand each other, because we only listen to the or the stuff we want to listen to that says what we want to hear. We don't listen to the other side so we can understand them and maybe try to communicate with them and change some things. And
I just,
understanding is the key more than anything.
but I'm gonna tell you something. Fox News is pissed.
Because Barr came out against and said that he really lost.
He is now an enemy of the people. That's what they
That's
claim.
why, and then he maybe get fired next week. Who knows? That's the thing. It's like you say something, people don't like. It's like you out,
When they got
and
fired, what's his name? Crep. One of the senators actually came out. I forget what his name is. Actually came on Fox News and said that he is an enemy of the state and he should be taken out at dawn and shot. You can't say that.
the stupidity is like so overwhelming.
But you
It,
can't. That those type of statements from a senator, from anyone in power, those are dangerous statements because you got some goober somewhere that's going. He just told me I could, and he's loading up because you know them hillbillies got 15,000 guns, and this is why you have them showing up at the state office. See, and this is the funny thing, black versus white. I'm gonna give a difference. Black folks, we all get angry, but see, this is what black folks they go loot and they go riot and burn down the Walmart and Target and all of that. White folks go to the state house, They go to the governor's house and burn that down. Both of them are equally dangerous for two different for different reasons, but the same reason. So because somebody doesn't agree with what you're going to say, or what you say, or whatever, you're going to go to their house and yank them out of their house for telling the truth. Is that what we're doing? But by the same token, on the other side of town, you're burning down your own shit. Now, how you gonna get your insulin and stuff? You done burnt the CVS down. Did you think about that?
mm,
Seriously, how's Miss Jenkins gonna go get her medicine because you done burnt the neighborhood drugstore down? You done burnt down the soup. Well, they never do the supermarket. I noticed that.
hmm.
That's interesting. But here's my thing. Now that his regime is over and all the crooks and the preemptive pardons that he's trying to do, and I gotta look that up. I really have to look that up because I want to know in the Constitution, can you pardon yourself? Is that legal? Nobody seems to know I noticed that everybody's talking about it, but nobody seems to know the answer to it.
Well, that's the problem. It's like so many things have been done for the first time that rules and laws have never been written to address these things because nobody ever thought anybody would do this craziness.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they're saying that they're going to have to rewrite so many things, like the power of the pardon is going to be readdressed now because it's been abused so much. So, nobody knew this stuff. I we have a listener, a new listener, I think, Mustafa. I hope I said your name correctly. Welcome. Who he wanted to us to talk a little bit about the New World Order uh, that started with Bush Senior. The New World Order. I've read quite a bit about that. Um, that there's this group of people that are trying to make us a global thing so a few can be in charge of everything. And quite a bit of politicians are supposed to be in on this, and including it doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, Independent. There's supposed to be quite a few people of power that are really not one thing or another. They're not. It's all the same basically. There is no real when it comes to that kind of power. There's no Republican. There's no Democrat. There's just those that are in power, and then everybody else that isn't. Um, uh, that's very very possible. I mean, that's the one of the things about humanity. We have always had to deal with uh, power hungry people. that that would not surprise me if it's true, and it's possibly true. And which politicians it is, I've heard, I've heard it all. Like I said, the ones you like and the ones you don't. if you're on the side, there's supposed to be quite a few people that are, and that's where that conspiracy about the vaccine comes in, about having power over us all by and putting these nanobots in us with the
See,
vaccine that is going to
see,
keep us in control. So that's out there. And
that's the part where you lose me. I was with you, and then when the nanobot, really, people, you taking shit too far. Come on, nanobots in your.
you know what, technology is so advanced right now, way beyond what we know.
Oh, speaking of which, did you hear about the in the national park? I forget which one it was. Somebody put a statue of some, not a statue of some type of art. Uh, what do you call them? Sculpture, giant sculpture, and they put it in there. And just when the government saw it and they went to go check it out again, it disappeared just like that. It was
Oh yeah, the monolith that, yeah.
yeah,
There
yeah.
was an article today about someone that actually said they saw it being taken. I didn't have a chance to read the article. Uh, there's just all kind of stuff going on. And Mustafa wants to know, uh, do we know about the politicians shaking hands with communist China? Again, all these
Mustafa,
things are.
hold on. Let me help you out. Mustafa,
Mhm.
you're doing too much, bro. We ain't doing all that. Okay. No, we don't know about it. And we don't want it. You doing too much, bro. New order. We thank you, but we don't get that deep into it on this show. We get into it, but yeah,
Yeah, conspiracies,
you're doing too
uh,
much.
true or not. I can't talk about things I don't really know. I know what I've read, but that doesn't mean it's truth. And that's about anything. That's about anything at all. One of the ways that I am very smart is to admit that I don't know everything. I'm a avid reader. I read everything. I read. And there's all kind of thoughts out there about different things and all kind of things that people say may be true, may not be true. Who's to say this side is the truth and this side is not? I don't know. And until I actually know and have a real knowledge of things, I can't talk on it too
I'll say
much.
this. As far as that topic, politicians shaking hands with, it ain't nothing new.
Hmm.
Politicians been crooks since politicians began. How do you think they became politicians? How do you think I got so rich? So all of them are crooks. Did Obama do some stuff? Of course. How do you think he got there? Look at Nixon. Washington was a crook. He's
This
still
this country is kind of built
being a crook. Yeah.
on that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been going. I think what's going on now is that because a again, thanks to COVID, more people are paying attention to what's going on. This is the viral age, so everything's on instant, boom, instant
Hmm.
information on the internet, instantly. If something comes on, I got the notice on my phone when ABC News comes on, the news, it automatically comes on my phone. So I think there's more information out there than there used to be. So it's not like it's something new. The only thing new about it is that it's being shown everywhere, and especially with COVID, people are home. People are looking at their devices more. People are looking at the internet more.
Well, and one thing about Grown Folks Radio, at least this specific show, is we don't have the time to go too deep because this is also entertainment.
Mm.
And some people believe that, believe certain things, and if this was a strictly political show and that's all we talked about, we'd get more into it. But we talk about what kind, how you made your greens, you know what I'm saying? So yes, there are shows that are specifically all about the politics. We just give some
We talk about
information, talk about things we've read, whatever. And but we don't get too deep. We don't have the time to do that or the knowledge to do that. So I appreciate the wisdom that you're bringing us. Thank you so much. That's not this kind of show. We're not about delving into conspiracies, um, and that people may or may not know about. I mean, like I said, I read it too. That
We
doesn't
talk
mean I
about
know it.
a lot of important topics. One of the most important topics that I bring up all the time: who got the good weed?
Mhm.
That's my most important topic. Now, you want to talk about some important shit? Who got? Because
Mhm.
my weed man been fucking up lately. Who got some good weed around? Like he been fucking up lately.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Anyway, I'm joking, but I'm serious. Anyway, um, speaking of food and everything, guess what we're going to start probably next week or so, Seabreeze?
What?
Grown Folks Radio wants to start a holiday drive. Not really a food drive, but we want to. Maybe you guys can help us out and start donating to Cash App or something that we establish, so we can get some gift cards for some folks. They can go do some things for the holidays. It's rough out there.
Mhm.
They said Black Friday was a flop. If you had a brick and mortar, it was a
Mhm.
flop. It's like 30%. But if you was selling online, you made a killing. Cyber Monday, they said it was like triple in sales that they've ever had, the most they've ever had. Like, and again, do you know 80% of the stuff that's going on in the world is because of COVID? COVID really has changed the whole narrative of the world. Less
Mhm.
people are going out. It's not that they didn't have the money, because if they didn't, Cyber Monday wouldn't have did so great. No, it's not that they didn't have the money. People are scared to go the hell out.
Mhm.
People are scared to go to the mall. I ain't going to the mall. I ain't going. Mm-mm.
Mm.
I get an anxiety attack just going to the supermarket.
Yeah. People are being very cautious. You
Some,
know,
some.
people are being cautious. Some people are being cautious. Actually, a lot of people are being cautious. If Black Friday did so poorly, um, a
Brick
lot of
and
people are
mortar
being
wise.
cautious.
Brick and mortar wise, Black Friday
Mhm.
very, very poorly. This is a
Mhm.
bad time to have a brick and mortar business, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
And that goes for restaurants, gyms. It's not looking good. And because that idiot didn't handle it properly, it's going to get even worse.
Mm.
And because of his rhetoric, you got so many people that believe that it's a hoax. You got people coming right out and saying it's a hoax. It doesn't exist.
Mm.
Tell that to the families of the people who are losing their loved ones. That is not real because they're dead for real. So I, hey, the Simpsons predicted it.
Mhm.
have Have you ever seen those episodes?
Mhm.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
How uncanny is that?
I don't think it's uncanny. I think people know stuff and they try to get messages out in undercover ways all the time.
But some of the stuff, how could they possibly have known about COVID?
They have been saying for years that we were going to have these viruses. For years. They have been warning about these viruses.
Mm-hmm.
And people just didn't take it seriously because people take nothing seriously unless it directly affects them, or until it directly affects them. All those people that are talking about hoax. I mean, honestly, I haven't talked to them personally, but I have family that's talked to some people that are part of our family that got COVID
Mm-hmm.
and still calling it a hoax. They had it,
Wow.
because they didn't get sick
Wow.
enough. I guess they didn't get sick enough.
Well, how much more sick do you have to have? Most people that get it, they can barely walk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think, like your friend Crystal, your co-host Crystal has said, 2020 was a year for that 2020 vision, you
2020.
know, and
Yeah.
and some of the things that, You literally, okay, two people can be walking down the street next to each other and believe totally different existences and see things in a totally different way.
Mhm. Yeah, that
Okay?
but means yeah. She did say that. And speaking of that spirit, bright spirit, I'm not gonna get into details, but I hear y'all had a great connection over the weekend. Can you shout her out? She's such
Yeah. What's
not
Philly's Beauty?
Philly beauty. Yes.
Philly Beauty. She's amazing. Okay. She is really in touch with her intuition and spirit, and she really helped me shift. I was feeling overwhelmed and very tired. I've had a lot of crazy crap happen. I mean, I'm not just talking about the big world stuff that's happening to everybody like COVID, and it was a 2020 year for me. I got to see some people for who they truly are that I trusted and believed in, and they want shit, okay? They just were full of it and playing games, and it hurt me because I trusted some people and it really made me question my own intuition. But if truth be told, I always had a still voice telling me the truth. I just didn't want to listen because I wanted to believe the lies because it was hopeful stuff, you know? And so it's been a rough year, losing my dad, my mom having a stroke, not being able to see her. She's in a nursing home. You're not being able to see my family. My family and my best friends. I just have it like that. I'm very blessed. My siblings, my cousins, we are all very very close, and we feed off of our connection and our love for each other. And to not be able to see them, we missed our family reunion this year. It's just it's been hard. And then people that I thought my friends aren't my friends. I don't have that many, and it was, and I call myself a nurturer, and I try to give and I try to love on people no matter what they do. And I was just getting tired, really tired, and like, what the heck is happening? But she gave me some hope because she recognized a lot of stuff and gave me some hope. So she's awesome, and I'm happy for her.
We
Thank
just
you, Mustafa.
wait till you hear.
And I've been reading your stuff. I'm just trying to respect my co-host. So, but thank you for your intelligence and your compassion. I really appreciate you, and thank you and welcome to the show for what it is. And also, I wanted to go back to something Donnell said. Donnell mentioned this. This is going backwards though, so maybe I shouldn't. If y'all go on and read, if you're on Facebook, read the comments. There's some links in there. There's some interesting things. If you want to do more research for yourself, you
No,
should you should go on in there and read this stuff and do your own research about things. That's the joy of being a human being. You have the opportunity to make choices and study and learn. And so anyway, I before we get too far, we got another hour, but I do want to tell you guys, and I hope you don't mind that I'm doing this. Um, I am gonna do the PPC radio show.
did she just say? I hope I don't mind. I'm a goddamn
Well,
producer.
I know you're the producer, but still, you know, PPC radio show. Finally, I know I've been talking about it. We've been talking about it for months, but there's just some things we needed to set up because it's a little bit different. It's not so much entertainment, although I hope people are entertained and have fun with it. It's more
It's a
a
whole lot.
self-help. Yeah, it's self-help platform, talking to all different kind of people. I'm so excited about the list of guests that I'm going to have on the show. That kind of how it's set up is whatever I do the podcast for with my guests, those every other week, they'll come on the following week on the radio show. And then on the off weeks, I'll have guests from previous shows come on. And I really believe that everything is self help. You know what I mean? We everything is about encouragement and helping us to grow and be better uh, ourselves, our relationships with our families, our relationship with our higher spirit, our God, our all those things. But it all has to be self. I can't Eddie can't help. I mean, Eddie can't change me. Eddie can't fix me. I got to fix me with the help of, the love and guidance and all of that from all these different sources. But ultimately, it's my choice, right? So that's kind of what a PPC is about. It's about people talking, having conversations that everyone or most people can understand and maybe even relate to in some way or another, and then having some practical answers to some questions, or just a place to vent, a place to talk about it. And but I'm about more than just venting. I'm about coming up with some concrete steps to help yourself. You know what I mean?
So let me give y'all the hood version. It's the places, you know what I mean, you can come to and work that shit out.
Right. Exactly. And so Shelly Shell Williams, who is a phenomenal, phenomenal personality, and I are going to be co-hosts. DJ Kid Disco is our producer, and he'll pop in every once in a while. DJ Joe Storm is doing our inspirational music. And we will have a house therapist. We have to decide on who that's going to be. So the first hour, just so you know, the first hour is going to be just us talking with our guest about whatever the subject matter is, who they are, their history, blah blah blah, and then how whatever the self-help talk is about. And then the second hour is gonna our therapist is gonna join us to talk about their things and practical steps to take to help yourself. Um, and I think it's a time to help yourself. I believe in going therapy, but it starts with helping yourself, meaning I'm not going to go to a therapist and talk to a therapist until I'm ready to help myself, right? I can't depend on a therapist to change me. I got to do the work. I got to go in there. I got to be ready, right? So it's not the therapist that's helping me. I'm helping myself by going to the therapist. You see what I
That
mean?
that part. Y'all heard that
Mm,
part. That
mhm.
part.
Because seriously, if you go there waiting to be saved,
Mm.
it doesn't happen like that. You know,
I forgot to mention something too since we're talking about the show. The Melanated Morning Show. Guess what, y'all? Guess what, Seabreeze?
well,
We're going to add a female DJ like we got
yes.
Joe Storm for the PPC.
Hmm.
Well, the Melanated Morning Show, I have talked with, and you're going to meet. I wonder if she's no, she's probably not available now. She'll be here next week. Her name is DJ Lisa Love. We go way back. She's done radios. She's done you name it. She's done it. We go way. She actually has. I don't know if she still has. I got a actual DJ school.
Wow.
Yeah, where she was teaching
That's,
folks to DJ, and
is that a brick and mortar school or is that
uh,
online? Brick
it
and
was.
mortar.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I wish I had known you back then, because she was. It was a pretty good. I think it was called the More Than Music Institute, and
Awesome.
it was. She started here in Philadelphia, and then she moved to Mount Vernon, I believe it is,
Mm.
in Upper New York, and she was doing it up there. She's yeah, so she's gonna be the resident, just like Joe Storm is for the PPC radio show.
Mm.
She's gonna be the resident for the Melanated Morning Show. And
Hmm.
I wish I had told her to come through today, but I didn't think about it. But next Wednesday.
Mustafa, I'm sorry. He's communicating. I just want to say I am so sorry that your mother isn't well, and we will definitely have her in our prayers. Um, I understand. I understand. A lot of us are losing our folks, and it's just it's like a cleansing, changing time. And I definitely will consciously and with awareness give me her name and put a prayer out for her and her healing and for you and your family. People are going through stuff, DJ Kid Disco.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? People just going through it. It's like left and right. I really literally cannot count how many people have passed away that I'm friends with. You know, do you remember? Did you ever know Sammy Davis Jr.'s family? You remember Sammy Davis Jr.'s daughter, Tracy Davis? She was a friend of mine. Um, she was a friend of mine when I lived in LA. I met her through my cousin Diane Williams. They grew up together, and I also knew Mark Davis, and they had another brother that Sammy had.
I remember Mark Davis. I
Yeah,
remember.
Mark Davis, and then they have another brother that Sammy had adopted. I can't remember his name right now because I wasn't as close with him, but Mark definitely, and Tracy, and Tracy passed away last couple of weeks, and they have her
Was it
funeral this weekend. Hmm?
COVID related?
No, it was not COVID related. But she passed away, and she's just a few years older than us. She's young. She was a young woman. She got, 4 kids and
Hmm.
family, and and she had just finished the deal with doing Sammy Davis Jr.'s biopic. They're
Uh,
gonna finally do a movie about him, and she was a producer of it because she was a television producer, and she's gone. Honestly, I can't count. I cannot count how many friends I've lost. You know what I mean? And this year, and family. So it's the cleansing year. I don't believe in forever. I don't believe in death as a concept of never coming and never being again. I don't believe that myself. So as sad as I am, I'm also understanding that sometimes cleansings have to happen. And I'm like my dad. I know my dad is with me. He's not on this realm, but he's with me. But still, it's hard, man. It's like it's really difficult.
it is. This is like you said. It's been a cleansing year. God set the reset button on the world.
Mm,
I-
man,
Put
trying to.
everybody. It this put everybody. 2020 is a year where everybody got to look everybody pretty much face to face, and everybody's on the same page. The rich, the poor,
Mhm,
nobody could go to work unless
mhm,
you're an essential worker that takes care of us, which made me look at Walmart workers and supermarket workers and gas station attendants as heroes because they're actually risking their lives to get us
mhm,
aspirin,
mhm,
to get us those fruits and vegetables that you were just about. The truck drivers, we don't even think about the truck drivers, the garbage men,
mhm.
mailman.
Last year, I did a series on Instagram, a thankfulness series. Every day, I will post about somebody or something that I was thankful for, and that's. I mean, I had always kind of like thought about that, but really, it really hit home how many people affect your life that you don't know or think about when you're laying there thinking, my world ain't worth crap. I have nothing to be grateful for. There's really always somebody that you can think about. There's always somebody, some way, something that you can think about. I mean, I remember I did a little post about electricians, because my power went out and I didn't have power for 12 hours. And I was like, oh my gosh, somebody's out there fixing this. And it was a horrible wintry day, And I was thinking about this and I talked to this man. I met a guy that did this, and he was talking about how dangerous it is and how the wind is blowing the machinery around, but you're out in there, and the higher you go, the colder it is. And they're out there, doing this, or the people that work below ground. And there's just, like you said, the garbage men. What would I mean? I really can't stand the thought of heaps of garbage anywhere, but that garbage would be with us, if not for these people that don't mind getting their hands dirty to pick our garbage up. You know what I mean?
Or I'm gonna take people like myself. Uh, you check into a hotel. You don't think about the poor slob that has to come and fix your air conditioning.
Hmm.
That has to pull your unit out. They don't think about that. Or they don't think about the sheets that you're sleeping on. The guy who, or the woman who had to sit down in that hot ass laundry and press and fold tons and tons of sheets. You know, or if you live in an apartment complex, they don't think about us guys who shovel the snow. You just, oh well, I'm not going out today. You know, it's a bad day. But I'm the poor slob that's out there shoveling the snow in the middle of the snow blizzard. I'm the poor slob that has to come to work. If
Hmm.
I don't come to work, any maintenance man before they hire you, if you don't come to work during the snowstorm, don't come to work at all.
Hmm.
And
And then you got to think about the people that made the shovels,
yeah,
and who made the plows.
yeah.
That is right. There's
While
just
we're sitting up
so
here watching the
there.
news, he's out there in the middle of that crap.
Mhm.
You know,
There's just so many steps to our ease, to give us the ease that we take for granted and we complain about. You know what I mean? That's why, it's been a rough year for me. All my work went goodbye. I mean, I was supposed to have a year, y'all. I had movies, I had concerts, I had all this stuff lined up. And then if I didn't have all my breaks and my days that I didn't have, I could teach, I could do all this stuff, and it all went away. Okay, it went away. Go bye bye. I thought, okay, I'm finally back in. My hiatus is behind me. My daughter is grown. She's going to college. She's grown. I got just responsible for myself. I could just do my thing, da da da, all the stuff set up, and all of it went by. you
wow.
know and for a couple of days I had some pity parties happening. I was hurt, I was upset because I thought, finally the breakthrough. And you know what got me back to some common sense thinking was saying, okay, I'm in a home. It's very comfortable. It's very nice. I'm making new friends through new ways, like DJ Kid Disco and Shelly Show and all these people that I'm forming these relationships with. Trying new things. I have food in my refrigerator. It's sparse. I don't have a whole lot in there. I don't have a whole lot. Christmas this year is going to be the reason for the season more like any other, because ain't nobody getting nothing from me except for a kiss and a hug on the cheek. That's it. Ain't nobody getting no Christmas this year.
I
Not
told
from
my
me.
wife that. She says,
Mm-mm.
I'm putting her out there again. Yeah, she says, I want to send. I'm sending everybody the kids, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sending you my Christmas gift. I said, I don't know what for. You send some money with it?
Yeah, I mean, if you have it to give, pay an electric bill. Help somebody catch up with their phone bill. Hey, I could take some money for that. you know. Yeah, and I agree that I think the economy will bounce back when he calls him Operation Vampire Killer 2000 has completed its task. Yeah, I think it will. But hopefully, some people have shifted in their consciousness to really come to terms with understanding that stuff don't mean nothing. Not really. Not when you get down to the nitty gritty. You
I
know,
once was a man with no shoes until I met the man with no feet.
right? Exactly. Hopefully some consciousnesses, is that how you say it, have shifted a little bit. You know what I mean? Because truly, truly, this year I have missed my family. That would be Christmas for me. That would be a phenomenal Christmas to be able to hang out with my family. And I can't do that this year. But it makes me thankful for all the years I could, and all the years I will.
I
You
remember
know,
he asked me, "What do you want for your birthday?" And you know what I said? Not thinking.
hmm,
Peace
mm,
everywhere.
mm.
Just tired of looking at suffering. I'm tired of this idiot who has not even spoken about COVID. I mean, I know you don't give a damn, but damn.
You know what? Peace
Well,
starts within. It's got to be inside you. You know what? I have also come to understand this, that no matter what's happening in the world, no matter what, if I'm at peace within and I'm grateful and I'm again, back to you, then the craziness out there doesn't affect me. It really doesn't. My head's not in the sand. I know what's going on. Like I said, I read and I know what's up, and I have my thoughts on these things. But because I believe in that other realm, because I believe in that consciousness that's because I've been there. I've told you this story before. I was in that spirit world. And so I know that all this shit is just an illusion. It truly is. It's an illusion. So it doesn't affect me unless I allow it to affect me, because I know the truth and it ain't this. None of this. So
Mhm.
you can be surrounded by garbage and trash and stuff. You can be surrounded by it, but not affected by it. Live in the world, but not of it, you know?
Mhm. So, we're going to take one last 5 minute break, real quick.
Musafa, thanks for joining us. We're going to take a 5 minute break, but I appreciate your comments. Please come back, tell your friends. We'd love to have you with us. You are very interesting, and I'm going to look at the links that you sent. And
And
everyone else, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
in five
No.
minutes, and I don't know,
Hmm.
3 to 5 minutes, however long it take for the radio to play the commercials, but I
Hmm.
gotta go do something.
Way too much information.
I do. I do that every week. Don't I do that every week? I just got
Yes.
hard. Like I gotta
Go
get.
take care of your business.
Yeah, I got something to do. So Facebook, I know we asking y'all to hang around for a long time, but just bear with us for 3 to 5 minutes.
Maybe you got some business to take care of.
It ain't
Okay.
good. Okay, so on that one, this is the last time we will run the actual commercials, but
Mhm.
yeah, because I'm not good at remembering all of them. So
Send them to me.
yeah, well, we're going to run this one for the last time today.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
and we'll be back, folks, and after the commercial. Yeah, that part. Okay. As soon as I find the commercials, dag, what happened? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Radio. WGFB-FM Radio.
So are you ready?
How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For the health and safety of our guests and team members, we're here for you. That means frequently deep cleaning our stores and wiping down carts and baskets after each use, reserving dedicated shopping hours for our most vulnerable guests, providing masks and gloves to our team members, and offering contactless shopping options through the Target app, like Drive Up and same-day delivery. We're here for you now more than ever, and your health and safety is our highest priority. Learn more at target.com/a bullseye view.
New Dunkin' Refreshers. Vibrant fruit flavors like strawberry, dragon fruit, and peach passion fruit. B vitamins and energy from green tea. All under 200 calories. Order ahead via the Dunkin' app for a contactless way to order, pay, and pick up in the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of Amazon's roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in their buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, Shelly Shell Williams, Philly's Oprah, host and executive producer of Single on a Saturday Night. And guess what? I've teamed up with DJ Kid Disco. He is the king of the podcast, and we have Zoom Your Podcast Masterclass. Have you ever wanted to start a podcast? Learn how to be a Zoom professional, throw a virtual party? Now is the perfect time to learn all about it in Zoom Your Podcast. Go to ShellyShellWilliams.com or go to Instagram at Shelly Shell Williams or at DJ Kid Disco. DM us. Find out more information. This class is a must-take class.
Romaine, my girl, an African American master's level.
We are back. Facebook.
That was interesting.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, I heard that.
Hey, well, I tried to. Hey,
You okay? I got you. I got you. I got you.
that's right. It didn't work out. So we got about a good what?
Half hour.
No, remember we're doing music, so we got a good
Oh, 15 minutes.
yeah, good 20 minutes left. So what you want to talk about, Seabreeze, for the next 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Minutes. I'm so retarded.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
talk about
I agree. I agree. Let me see.
Well, I want to ask you about something. This is a Hollywood thing.
Oh, okay.
But the People's Choice Awards.
Right.
Did you happen to catch that?
No. Mm-mm.
Was that ever a big deal? Like, I know
It's a big deal to the people that are into that stuff. You know, I've never been into any kind of awards things myself. Uh, I've never really. I mean, I got nominated for a few things early in my career, but I
So have you ever been to an Oscars event?
nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You have to be a part of the academy. You have to be invited. It costs money. You have to have people that refer you, and that's never happened.
Yo,
Mm-mm.
are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
So all those people that they show in the audience are just they paid to be there, basically.
Um, no, that's not it. No, you have to pay. You have to pay yourself.
Oh,
You have to pay to be in the academy. It costs money, you know.
a lot of money.
Uh, yeah, a lot of money, and um, you have to have people co-sponsors that will speak up for you and blah blah blah. That say, you know, you should have this person in here or whatever.
Even though you've done the work.
Um, yeah, it doesn't matter. You have to be invited. So usually it takes a great big movie where you gotten some attention to get invited, and then you got to pay. So to be a part of the academy.
Could you see yourself doing the movie like I don't know, like an Avengers movie or something, or what's the one, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther or something like that? Could you see yourself doing a comic book movie?
Oh gosh, yes. I love those kind of movies. I would love to do any kind of fantasy, horror, um, comic book. Any of that stuff would be fun.
Because okay, for some reason Hallie's not playing Storm. They wanted Beyonce, or I think her name got kicked around. You think you could play Storm?
Oh yeah, I think I could have been a much better Storm because I got some grit. Okay, I look like I might be able to kick your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Storm ain't no joke. Like,
The Storm. I mean, I love Hallie. Don't get me wrong, but she don't come off like somebody with that kind of grit and strength. She's just so sweet.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Because I remember you from that episode on and I want y'all to look this up when she was the bounty hunter on Malik Yoba, New York Undercover.
Yeah, or I've done a few things like that.
Kicking
Shoot, I got a new one coming out where I have some stuff like that. You know.
Could you see yourself playing? Okay, I'm really going out there now. Could you see yourself playing Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Oh, not anymore, unless it's a senior Wonder Woman.
Okay, Wonder Woman's mother, Athena. How about that?
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
But she was kicking ass too. Her mom wasn't no joke.
Well, I mean, I can train.
Oh,
But I'm not going. But I'm,
oh, you
I'm not no little teeny girl no more. I
passed
got.
Wonder Woman's day. Wonder Woman ain't small.
No, I'm not talking about physically. I mean, age wise. I'm not. I'm not Angela. What's her name? Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett has stayed, hard rock and all that kind of stuff. I'm soft.
Yes,
Now I could get hard. I could get, but my knees are jacked up from gymnastics, years of gymnastics, and I got,
so you can play
what
Storm, but you can't play.
no Storm. She just stand there like creating storms and stuff. She might do some fighting, but
Nah, she don't do. She just.
yeah, she just creates storms and affects the weather.
And she is older now.
Mm-hmm.
In the whole X-Men. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you couldn't play Natasha on the Avengers. That's too much.
No,
Well, first of all,
no.
yeah, that would.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about when I was thinking comic book. I wasn't thinking so much as in an actual comic book character as much as I was thinking about their boss, or or some government type, or
That's who you could play. The lady.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Maybe on she's in all. Cause in fact, Pam Grier played her in the Justice League movie. The lady from Katniss, Amanda Waller. She's in all the.
Right.
And she's
Something
black.
like that.
Cartoons. Right. So Pam Grier played her in the not only the Avengers. I mean, not the Avengers. Wrong. I'm thinking of Marvel, DC. She played Pam Grier. Oh, it was when Superboy, the series, Smallville. Pam Grier played this government agent, this secret government agent who was really
Yeah,
at
I could
first.
play those kind of roles. Right. Right. I mean, I'm realistic about
Yeah.
things.
Now,
Although one of my scripts that I hope, God willing, I'll get made. Um, I would have to get in some good shape, to play the part that I've written for myself. And we better do it soon. Another 10 years, I ain't gonna be able to do it. But but it's an action movie, and there's some ass whooping that happens. So
you couldn't play Supergirl, but you could play Supergirl's mom. Is that how it goes?
what I could play is someone that used to be pretty hardcore, but is aging. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So because I'm not immortal.
So instead of Wonder Woman, it'd be Grand Wonder Woman, or Wonder Older Woman. I don't know. What would you call it?
Old lady woman.
I wonder how old that woman is. Older Wonder Woman. I don't know. How would you?
That would be kind of funny, actually.
Does
That
Wonder
might
Woman?
be that would be more of a comedy.
It would. It really would. Like, I mean, eventually they gotta get old. I mean, what happened when Peter Parker becomes a grown man, a real grown man with beer belly and grandkids? What happens then? Does he shoot gray webs or?
Okay, let's change the subject. I don't know nobody to steal my ideas. I already been working on this stuff. So.
Oh, see, so we got something. We got something. I got a question for you that I know it's kind of early. What's your favorite Christmas cartoon?
Dang, cartoon?
Yeah, like
Okay, the Christmas cartoon that I like is the one with the heat miser.
everybody says that. Yup. Yeah, the Heat Miser. And
Heat miser.
and he turns into
That's Rudolph. That's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Rudolph? Yeah, that's Rudolph. I like the one
That's Rudolph.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah, that was good too.
The Grinch.
I love the Grinch. I love the Grinch, the original
Favorite.
cartoon.
A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Love Charlie Brown Christmas.
You know my favorite?
Love it. What?
When they're dancing, like when they're
Yes.
like the dude. He cool as shit. He just in his own world, like just jamming.
You kind of remind me of one of the Peanuts.
Which one?
I don't know. Just your whole vibe is a Peanut.
I hope it's Snoopy.
Snoopy. I don't know. He's kind of cool. You that cool?
Snoopy was a hustler.
Yeah, Snoopy was cool.
Snoopy was a hustler. Snoopy was all about getting that bread.
He was.
Snoopy always had something going on. Like,
Yeah, Snoopy is definitely the smartest character in that series.
that's the funny part. And I think Charles Schultz, when he wrote that, he deliberately put that vibe out. That animals are smarter than humans, basically.
My daughter would agree. I'm telling you, every time we watch a movie with a kid do something stupid, she's like, "That's so stupid. That's so stupid. I can't stand kids. I can't stand kids." I'm like, "I want some grandchildren. You need to shut up." Down the way. But when it's an animal, it's like, oh, I'm like, you love animals so much more than people. You are wrong for that.
There are people like that.
I know, and she one of them. She like animals way more than she like people.
There are people that actually, their dogs and their pets is like
That's my girl. That's my Sophie. I don't never hear her talking about having kids. All I heard about, I'm gonna have a snake, and I'm gonna have a ferret, and I'm gonna have my cats, and I'm gonna have my dogs. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to visit you. I'm not gonna be able to visit you. I'm allergic to all that stuff.
gonna be the cat lady. Oh no.
She loves dogs more than cats, but she wants a cat too. She wants one of them cats that are like dogs, a big cat that acts like a dog. And she wanted at least two, 3 dogs. And she's always wanted a snake since little. She has always wanted a snake.
She got Wild Kingdom going on over there?
This is what she want for her house. She gonna no, this ain't happening in my house. I'm allergic. I'm telling you, I'm allergic to fur. And plus I don't like rodents. So she didn't have no mice and all those kind of things because I don't like rodents in my house. I don't mind rodents outside. I mean, squirrels are rodents and they're cute, but I want them outside.
Yeah,
I don't want none in my house. I'm sorry. So when she has her house, I was like, just as long when you build me a guest house outside. So I could come in and visit you and hang out with you and then go home in the back and sleep in the back where there's no animals. It has to be animal free in my little 1-bedroom cottage outside. I could take care of the kids in my house. I wish for that.
I'm not a sports person. Not big. There are a couple teams already.
I respect sports. I just was it kind of how peas and beans were forced on you. Sports were forced on me. So it was just so much stress with it. My father was always screaming and yelling. I couldn't stand it.
Let me ask you, brothers ever watch wrestling?
Oh yeah. My uncle King, he was a huge wrestling fan, like the silly fun,
The WWE.
fake stuff.
Yeah.
He loved it.
There's this station on the one of my Fire Stick apps, and they show WrestleMania 24/7, and I used to love wrestling, professional wrestling, Hulk Hogan, all them, And I'm watching it now as an adult, and I'm really paying attention to what the commentators are saying, and really paying attention to some of the characters that they have. And I've come to one conclusion that saddens me, as much as I love it.
What?
Vince McMahon, who owns it, and WWF on the whole,
Mm-hmm.
is very racist.
Mm. I think a
And I
lot of
never
people are
really,
racist.
I never paid it any attention before. Listening to a
Excuse
lot
me.
of the commentator, um, the comments like Jesse the Body Ventura is calling people buckwheat and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I think if you go back and you listen to any commentator or any kind of thing,
racist
you're gonna hear that because people were privately racist.
cartoons, racist. If
Mhm.
you go back and really listen, Tom and Jerry was one of the racist
Oh
cartoons.
yeah. Warner Brothers. Oh my gosh, that was straight up racism. I mean, they had blackface, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Foghorn Leghorn. If you really listen to him,
Hmm.
it sounds like the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh
If you really,
yeah, he probably was a Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
Heckle and Jekyll, they represented two black folks, lazy, just sitting around gossiping all day.
Hmm.
And you don't think about. I guess. Well, how would you think about that as a kid? I mean, you're a kid.
Because it was normal. That was normalized back then. It's just now that people are changing, and it's different now, which is good. Watching old stuff helps you realize how far we have come. I mean, we got a long, long, long way to go.
Like, how come
Uh,
no black folks lived in Bedrock?
mhm, yeah, it was, and some stuff still is that way,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah. There are a few good old boy regimes that still, you know, just
well, there's still small towns with all white people. Not many. It's changing. I mean, I do a lot of driving. Well, I was when I had a car. Did a lot of driving, and I have watched the change that's come over the South, Southwest, all of that. It used to be white, 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 white. That was it. Now you see Eastern Indians, you see Asians, you see Black, you see Hispanics of all different kind of Latin backgrounds, Puerto Ricans,
I
Cuban.
read
They're
that.
spread now.
Yeah, I read that. Actually, I read it, and I remember Martha Radis was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. The Bible Belt itself is changing.
It's totally changing,
The
and
face,
that's why they freaking out so much. That's why they're freaking out. Because they used to be, they go to the grocery store and they just see a sea of white, and it didn't even really make a difference because they didn't think about it until the faces started changing, and then they started seeing all these half breeds. They seeing all these folks that are mixtures, and so it's the browning of America is happening, baby, and it ain't gonna change. Sorry, that is the trajectory of this country, and that is why we have so much racism coming out now because they don't want it to be.
hmm
But the thing is that you can stay white. They're just afraid their kids ain't gonna.
she said, "You can stay white. You have permission."
Yeah, you can hang out with just white people, talk about everybody else. You could do that. But they're worried about their kids because their kids are growing up in classrooms now where it's not just people that look like them. It's all kind of folks in there, and they're being friends with them because children aren't born with this mess.
And
They're
they're
bo- they're
they're
not born this way.
procreating with them, and that's really scaring the hell out of them. I
That's why.
truly believe I
Why
have
do you think it was against the law? It used to be against the law.
I have this
My
crazy
parents,
theory.
my parents weren't supposed to get married.
Oh yeah,
hmm
there
It
you
was
go.
against the law.
I believe in my heart of hearts. This is just me. I have a crazy theory. I'll say by the year 2050, maybe that's too soon. Maybe by the year 22nd century. It's just my crazy theory. I don't believe there will be any more races because there's so many biracials who are getting together who are getting with other biracial people, and then they're getting together and they're getting.
But you know what? I don't agree with that. There's always going to be some kind of ist. And there may not be racist, but people just naturally got to alienate somebody. I wrote a script about this. In my script, everybody was the same color. They all looked like me, but they had different color hair. And so the pink hairs were down on the lowest totem pole, and the purple hairs were on the top. You know what I'm saying? So it was something that we could, as humanity, make I'm better than.
So no matter what, some kind of way, somebody's going to try to
Either it's, you too big, you too small, you too
alter.
tall, you too short, your hair the wrong color, your eyes the wrong color. We always do that. It's going to take us coming to really concentrating on loving ourselves, because typically people that put other people down don't really love themselves, and so they got to put somebody down. They got to put somebody down to feel good about themselves. And then add to that greed. The greed of having more than somebody else is constantly an issue. Always competing. It's not even necessary to compete like this anymore. Literally, and I've read this, and I feel this in my gut. There does not have to be poverty in this world. If we loved each other and didn't do this competitive thing and took care of each other, there would be no homeless. There would be no poverty. There would be no starvation. We have enough. Money, dollar bills, that's all a construct. It's not real. It's something we came up with to make somebody better than somebody else. So until we can come to some terms with some self-love and like really believe it and not have to put yourself above someone else, I don't know when that's gonna happen. I hope we don't wipe ourselves out before.
Is it ever going to happen? I wonder about that.
I believe in God, so I believe it already has happened on a different realm, because none of that stuff matters. This is school here.
What's going on in 2020, and we got what? 28 days left
Mm-hmm.
in this. Yeah, 28 days left in this month. We got. So you better get yourself right, because if your soul and your spirit ain't right by 20, if 2020 has not humbled you and made you just see the world for what it really is, and 2020 has shown us pretty much who's who, like you were saying. I've been saying that all along too. It pulled the mask off of just about the whole world. You really see, I don't know how else to put it, you really see who cool and who ain't shit. There's no other way to put it. And if you ain't right by 2021, God help you, because
You're gonna be stuck for a while,
yeah, pretty much.
and that's okay. People can be stuck. It's
Right.
all right. All right, I think we got to wrap it up.
We do. We gotta.
hmm So it's been real. Shout out all the people that came on and joined us today. We had some new folks, I think, because of some of the shares I did. I'm gonna start doing that weekly, because you never know who will join you. Some new folks, and we're always looking for new folks because we want to build this. And shout out to all those folks. My usuals were on there today. None of the usuals, but
None of my usuals were on today.
none of them.
I think because we took a break, we don't need to take another break.
Mm,
Sorry, y'all. It was Thanksgiving week.
hmm
I'll,
That's okay. We
Later.
deserve a break too. We deserve a break, but we just gotta publicize better, more. I know I do. All right. Anyway, thank you, DJ Kid Disco, for another wonderful show, and thank you for all our added comments. And we will be checking y'all out another time.
But we gotta sign off because it's time to play some music, and cool DJ Frank is coming up at 12 o'clock to do his lunch buddy mix, and that's that. So
That's our wrap. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna start doing it on Mondays too.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Why wouldn't we say something?
Because we hadn't. You said maybe I can. I don't know.
We don't still talk about it, but
For the
If I ain't doing nothing, I'm working on Mondays too.
I'm gonna let her announce it. She's
Mhm.
y'all, so it ain't coming from me. So anybody,
Mhm. We'll be here on Mondays too, unless I'm working on a movie or something.
that part, what she said. Yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna wrap up because I'm gonna go get me one of them unhealthy cheesesteaks.
Okay, that's a wrap.
Whatever. That's a wrap, y'all.